If two people are destined to be together, this one thing always happens. When two individuals are genuinely meant to unite, an unmistakable and profound pattern consistently emerges in their journey. So many people grow up harboring a romanticized belief that destiny is an entirely effortless path, picturing it as a sudden burst of instant happiness, much like a fairy tale where two souls meet and everything in their lives gracefully and smoothly falls into its rightful place. They often envision life immediately becoming significantly easier, assuming that all challenges will magically disappear and that love will arrive utterly devoid of any struggle or resistance. However, the profound reality is that true destiny is never presented in such a straightforward, simple package. Authentic destiny, in its truest form, often begins with a significant disruption, an unexpected upheaval, and a series of formidable challenges that can initially feel almost impossible to comprehend or navigate. The universe, in its intricate wisdom, does not gently deliver the deepest forms of love. Instead, it meticulously tests you first, working to shatter any false beliefs you may hold, profoundly reshaping your very essence and demanding significant individual growth and self-awareness before any true, lasting union can genuinely take shape between two people. This transformative process is the unwavering pattern that never truly changes. Destined love, contrary to popular belief, does not begin with a sense of immediate comfort or profound peace. Instead, it initiates with a powerful recognition, an undeniable and often deeply confusing awareness that settles within you. The very first sign that someone is truly meant for you is not a calm, reassuring feeling of immediate security. On the contrary, it is frequently a quiet, yet deeply unsettling recognition. You encounter this person, and something fundamental within your being, deep in your soul, responds instinctively, often long before your logical mind can fully process or understand what is happening. It is a powerful internal sensation, a feeling that somehow sees you completely, in all your complexity, and in doing so deeply unsettles you, precisely because destiny, by its very nature, often seeks to disrupt the established foundation of your inner world and comfort zones. When you cross paths with someone who is truly meant for you, the initial experience is very rarely one of peace or ease. You might not immediately feel secure, and a sense of absolute certainty may seem incredibly far away, almost out of reach. Yet that very discomfort, that feeling of being disarmed and exposed, is precisely what destiny often looks like in its nascent stages. It is unsettling not because the other person is inherently wrong for you, but rather because they serve as a powerful mirror, reflecting back parts of yourself that you have consciously or unconsciously hidden, diligently avoided, or outright denied for a long time. These potent encounters inherently push you to squarely face your deepest fears, your most ingrained insecurities, and the limiting habits that have inadvertently kept you from experiencing truly authentic and profound connection. Most people, unfortunately, mistakenly equate love with a sense of unwavering calmness and predictable stability. However, destiny frequently arrives like a powerful, transformative storm, disarming your usual defenses and leaving you feeling profoundly unsettled, serving as an undeniable reminder that significant personal growth and internal evolution always precede a truly meaningful and lasting union. One of the most perplexing and confusing aspects of destined relationships is the puzzling reason why they rarely manage to stay together during their initial stages. Life, almost without fail, almost always separates these individuals, not out of any form of cruelty or malicious intent, but rather out of a fundamental, unspoken necessity. This period of separation is entirely intentional. It unfolds because one, or often both, individuals involved carry unresolved emotional wounds, deep-seated fears, or unaddressed patterns that need healing. One person, for instance, might harbor a profound fear of emotional openness and vulnerability, while the other might struggle significantly with their sense of self-worth and inherent value. Sometimes what is perceived as love is actually offered from a place of fear, lack, or incompleteness, rather than from a foundation of genuine wholeness and self-acceptance. Even with the best and most sincere intentions, individuals who are incomplete in themselves can inadvertently cause significant pain and hurt to each other. In these crucial moments, the universe subtly but clearly intervenes with a distinct message: not yet. It patiently waits for essential growth, deeper self-awareness, and profound emotional maturity to develop and prepare the hearts that are ultimately destined to come together. Destined love is inherently patient, incredibly persistent, and fundamentally transformative. It rigorously requires you to face yourself with unwavering honesty, without seeking any shortcuts or allowing yourself to be distracted by superficialities. Every single challenge you encounter, every heartbreak you endure, and every moment of profound uncertainty you experience is an integral, necessary part of this elaborate preparation process. The universe intentionally separates you to reveal what you truly and deeply need, to teach you how to love another person without any expectation, attachment, or debilitating dependence. When the time is genuinely right, and when both individuals are truly prepared, everything will miraculously come together naturally and organically. But this profound reunion only happens after you have been meticulously shaped and molded into someone who is capable of receiving and sustaining that extraordinary love fully, completely, and healthily. This is the often hidden truth of destiny. It shapes, it tests, and it strengthens you profoundly before it finally offers its ultimate and most beautiful reward. This ensures that the eventual union is not merely temporary or fleeting, but genuinely lasting, deeply meaningful, and built to endure. Understand this fundamental truth very clearly. True destiny is never about instant satisfaction, nor is it about an immediate, sudden moment of ease or superficial comfort. It is fundamentally a complex process, a challenging journey filled with heightened awareness, unsettling disruption, periods of necessary distance, and profound self-discovery. When you find yourself feeling deeply unsettled by someone, or when external circumstances unexpectedly pull you apart from them, do not allow yourself to fear it. On the contrary, this is a powerful sign that destiny is actively at work, carefully preparing you for a love that is truly worth patiently waiting for. A love that is designed to transform you from your core, rather than merely offering fleeting comfort or soothing your present emotional state. Stay steady in your resolve. Remain open to the lessons and wholeheartedly trust the intricate process that is unfolding. When two souls are truly meant to be intimately connected, the universe, in its perfect timing, will eventually guide them back together, ensuring they are stronger, wiser, and more thoroughly prepared for a love that is designed to endure all of life's trials. Receiving such a profound connection too early, before adequate preparation, would only serve to damage what is ultimately meant to last a lifetime. Separation, therefore, is not an error. It is an intrinsic, vital part of destiny's grand design. When people who are truly meant for each other are pulled apart, the pain they experience feels distinctly different from ordinary heartbreak. It is far more profound than mere sadness or simple longing. It is a deep-seated sense of fundamental imbalance, as if a crucial part of your very being is absent. This is because destined connections are not rooted in superficial comfort or egoic desires. They are intrinsically tied to your profound personal growth, your essential self-development, and the often unfaced parts of yourself that still require attention and healing. Losing them, even temporarily, inevitably forces you to courageously confront your deepest fears, your most persistent insecurities, your lingering unresolved wounds, and the repetitive patterns that have inadvertently kept you from becoming truly whole and complete within yourself. This unique pain penetrates every part of your being, reaching into your very core. It brings you face to face with deep-seated fears of abandonment, the pervasive need for external approval, and the unconscious ways you may have given too much of yourself away in exchange for perceived love or temporary attention. It starkly reveals areas where you may have avoided emotional responsibility and where you offer too much of yourself without establishing healthy, necessary boundaries. This intense experience is not a punishment. It is a powerful awakening. The universe strategically uses this profound discomfort to bring a heightened sense of awareness, to push you relentlessly toward genuine self-honesty, and to compel you to confront the ingrained habits that have previously blocked you from forging deeper, more authentic connections. Destined love is not always gentle. It is fundamentally transformative, even when it communicates its purpose through prolonged silence, and even when its ultimate aim is not yet visibly clear. Here is the truly unexpected part. Even after a period of separation, even without direct contact, and even when all logic and rational thought tell you to simply move on with your life, something profound and undeniable within you quietly begins to change. Growth happens subtly beneath the surface. You gradually become more aware, more discerning in your choices, and more emotionally truthful with yourself and others. The behaviors and compromises you once accepted in relationships begin to feel fundamentally misaligned with your evolving self. And the people you once intensely pursued or felt attached to slowly lose their hold on you. Your desires gradually shift away from superficial, surface-level attention and validation, moving instead toward a profound yearning for depth, genuine meaning, and unwavering authenticity. You rarely link this profound inner transformation directly to them, to the person who caused the initial disruption. Yet this transformative process began precisely the moment they entered your life. Destined connections do not create unhealthy fixation. Instead, they powerfully encourage deep self-reflection, heightened awareness, and significant personal growth. Destined love leaves its indelible imprint in the quiet, reflective moments of your life. You find yourself thinking of them not out of loneliness or emotional neediness, but because your inner self intuitively recognizes unfinished lessons and profound growth that only their presence, or indeed their absence, could activate within you. You notice their subtle influence during periods of intense self-examination, during significant emotional breakthroughs, and during still, quiet nights when the world around you feels utterly silent. This is not mere attachment. This is a process of deep integration, the subtle yet profoundly meaningful blending of their unique influence into your ongoing personal development. You uncover vital lessons you didn't even realize you needed to learn, truths that reshape your understanding of yourself and the world. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, and often without any conscious effort on your part, your life begins to change in profound ways that meticulously prepare you for a deeper, more mature level of love and genuine connection than you had ever known before. And yet, despite all these changes, no one can truly replace a destined connection. People try, of course. They pursue other relationships, they distract themselves with various activities, and they try desperately to convince themselves that they have successfully moved on. Still, something always feels fundamentally incomplete, a subtle void that cannot be filled. This is not because the new person inherently lacks value or worth. Rather, it is because they do not activate the same profound growth and transformative lessons that the destined connection did. Destined love operates on an entirely different, deeper level of existence. It is not primarily about ease or superficial attraction. It is fundamentally about evolution, guiding both individuals involved toward a state of greater wholeness and awakening profound lessons that ordinary relationships simply cannot reach or facilitate. You cannot force it. You cannot artificially recreate it, and you certainly cannot replace it, because its purpose extends far beyond simple companionship or fleeting romance. It exists to challenge, to educate, and to fundamentally transform both people involved from their very core. During periods of separation, destiny continues its vital work quietly but powerfully on each individual. One person learns the crucial importance of setting healthy boundaries. The other learns personal responsibility and accountability. One individual develops a deeper sense of self-respect. The other builds essential emotional courage. One learns to stop frantically pursuing what ultimately cannot be controlled. The other learns to stop avoiding what absolutely must be faced and addressed. Neither person can yet see the entire intricate picture, and that too is entirely intentional. The universe wisely withholds the full understanding and clarity until both individuals have grown sufficiently to truly handle the profound love that is patiently waiting for them. This intricate process is precise, deeply intentional, and absolutely necessary. It meticulously ensures that when these two paths eventually converge again, the resulting connection is no longer temporary or fragile. Instead, it transforms into a lasting and profoundly transformative bond built upon the solid foundation of two evolved, self-aware individuals. Before destined people can truly reunite, illusions must be painstakingly removed. Every false belief about love, every preconceived notion is carefully dismantled. Beliefs such as love should always be easy, or genuine care means someone would never leave, must be completely released and shed. Outdated ideas, like needing to earn love or relying on someone else to feel complete, only weaken and distort authentic connection. Destiny removes these false ideas carefully, honestly, and often, unfortunately, through periods of intense discomfort. Every tear shed, every moment of deep longing, every heavy feeling experienced along the way serves a vital purpose. This clearing process is absolutely essential because real, authentic love is not built upon a foundation of fear, lack, or debilitating dependence. Instead, it is built upon profound awareness, conscious choice, and continuous growth. Destined love is not about desperately needing someone else to survive. It is about consciously choosing them freely, willingly, and lovingly when you are already whole and complete within yourself. The true change happens quietly, internally. There comes a crucial point when you genuinely stop needing them, and you stop pursuing love from a place of fear, desperation, or perceived lack. That is precisely when destiny begins to move again, shifting its gears. When both individuals can stand fully and confidently on their own 2 feet, embodying their complete selves, love transforms from a mere survival instinct into a conscious, intentional decision. At this juncture, a profound alignment begins to take place. Love in this evolved form is no longer anxious, desperate, or dependent. Instead, it becomes a calm, powerful, and deeply intentional force that naturally and effortlessly brings the right people together at the right time. This is the sacred moment when the universe allows the paths of two souls to cross again, fully ready for a genuine, mature, and lasting union. When those who are meant to reconnect finally come together, the experience feels noticeably and distinctly different than it did before. There is significantly less tension, far less fear, and considerably less ego at play. The bond feels much calmer, immeasurably deeper, and far more aware. It is not flawless, for perfection is not the goal, but it is profoundly intentional and conscious. The confusion, the emotional games, and the deep uncertainty that once surrounded the connection no longer dominate or define it. What remains is an overwhelming sense of recognition that feels stronger and more profound than it ever did previously. And even if they do not physically return or reunite, the connection itself was still immensely meaningful. Not every destined relationship is meant to last forever in a physical sense. Some exist specifically to break inherited patterns, to awaken a deep sense of self-worth, to strengthen emotional endurance and resilience, or to fundamentally redirect the course of your life onto a higher path. Their ultimate purpose is not necessarily permanence, but rather profound transformation. Destiny often feels incredibly harsh and challenging before it feels gentle and supportive, precisely because it values profound personal growth over fleeting comfort. It may cause temporary heartbreak, even deep pain, before it allows any lasting damage to your soul. It will remove people from your path before it allows you to lose yourself entirely through unhealthy attachment or codependency. The lessons learned during these intense periods can feel incredibly severe and overwhelming in the moment. But with the gentle passage of time, a deeper understanding and clarity inevitably arrive. One undeniable truth remains constant throughout this process. When two people are truly meant to share a profound connection, they are often required by destiny itself to grow apart first. False beliefs about love and self are meticulously removed. Inner struggles are courageously faced and resolved, and hearts are reshaped and reformed into healthier, stronger, and more resilient forms. Only after this rigorous and transformative process does destiny allow for either a reunion, if that is the path, or a redirection onto a new, more aligned life course. In either case, no one involved remains the same person they were before. If you are thinking deeply of someone specific right now, allow these insights to gently settle within your heart and mind. If this connection is truly meant to return to you, it will do so with a profound sense of calm, clarity, and peace, not with distress, anxiety, or desperation. If it is truly aligned with your highest good, it will never demand that you abandon or diminish yourself in any way. It will only ever ask you to evolve, to grow, and to become more authentically you. And if it does not return, that outcome too is a profound gift, gently guiding you toward the magnificent person you are always meant to become. Every separation, every period of profound uncertainty, and every painful lesson is an immensely meaningful and indispensable part of this extraordinary journey. Destiny never wastes experiences. It meticulously prepares, shapes, and elevates you, ensuring that when true love does eventually arrive, or when it moves you in a completely different yet ultimately fulfilling direction, you are fully ready and equipped to meet it with an open, matured, and resilient heart. Destined connections are undeniably among life's deepest and most intricate mysteries, and they very rarely unfold exactly as we expect them to. When two people are truly aligned at a soul level, the universe does not rush them into a state of immediate comfort or absolute certainty. Instead, it deliberately challenges them, separates them when necessary, and brings forth the parts of themselves that they have consciously or unconsciously avoided or suppressed for years. The pain of distance in these connections is not a punishment. It is an intrinsic and crucial part of the design. It forcefully compels each person to bravely face their deepest fears, their most entrenched insecurities, and their unresolved emotional wounds. This challenging process teaches essential emotional accountability, cultivates profound self-respect, and fosters the vital ability to love fully, completely, and without any debilitating dependence on another person. Every single tear shed, every intense longing felt, and every moment of confusing uncertainty plays a critical role in this unseen internal formation. Even in periods of profound silence, even without any direct contact, personal growth continues relentlessly. You gradually become more discerning, more consciously aware, and significantly more honest with yourself about your true needs and desires. The lessons you gain during these transformative phases are not ultimately about the other person. They are, at their core, profoundly about you. Destined love is not about immediate happiness or effortless ease. It is about profound growth, about meticulously shaping two complete individuals who are genuinely capable of sustaining a deep, conscious, and authentic connection built on truth and integrity. When destiny finally allows for a reunion, it is no longer chaotic, insecure, or driven by egoic desires. Instead, The bond becomes notably calmer, significantly clearer, and far more intentional and purposeful. And even if a physical reunion never takes place, the impact of the connection remains incredibly powerful, guiding both souls toward greater self-realization and profound emotional maturity. Every separation, every heartbreak endured, and every lesson learned holds immense value. Each experience meticulously prepares you to encounter the highest and most authentic expression of love, one that perfectly aligns with the magnificent person you are actively becoming. True destiny never wastes an experience. It ensures that every single challenge serves a vital purpose, awakening your deepest inner strength and preparing you for the precise kind of love that is truly meant for you. Destined love cannot be rushed. It cannot be forced, and it certainly cannot be artificially created. It arrives quietly, often in ways that feel profoundly uncomfortable or even painful at first, precisely because its primary focus is not on instant gratification or fleeting pleasure. Its ultimate purpose is deep, lasting transformation. The people who are destined to influence your life profoundly will invariably challenge you, disrupt your familiar patterns, and uncover parts of yourself you may have kept carefully hidden, even from your own conscious awareness. You may not feel emotionally or mentally prepared for them at first, and the universe may at times strategically separate you, creating a distance that feels almost unbearable. Yet that very distance exists for a profound reason. It teaches you patience, cultivates greater independence, and demands emotional honesty from you. You begin to recognize how you may have previously searched for love and validation entirely outside of yourself. Gradually, over time, you begin to seek and find a profound sense of wholeness and completeness within your own being. Every moment of longing, every restless night, and every quiet reflection on what could have been meticulously shapes you into someone truly capable of receiving love in its highest, most evolved form. True destined connections do not create unhealthy fixation or obsession. Instead, they powerfully create heightened awareness and profound self-standing. They encourage deep reflection on your core values, your essential boundaries, and your capacity for genuine vulnerability. You begin to desire authentic depth rather than mere distraction, profound meaning rather than temporary attention. Even if the other person never physically returns, the profound growth they initiated within you remains, forever influencing how you relate to yourself and to the world for the rest of your life. In this profound sense, destiny is both incredibly gentle and incredibly demanding. It removes the superficial comfort to offer profound clarity, strips away illusion to reveal unvarnished truth, and challenges the very core of your heart so that it may ultimately become whole and complete. When destined individuals do finally reunite, the connection feels distinctly different from before. There is no frantic pursuit, no manipulative games, and no lingering uncertainty. Instead, there is a calm, intentional love built upon a foundation of shared growth, deep respect, and mutual understanding. The anxiety and emotional chaos that once defined the connection are replaced by profound understanding and unwavering clarity. Each person has been fundamentally reshaped through the periods of distance and the crucible of challenge, now capable of offering honesty, presence, and genuine love without fear or reservation. This is the elevated love destiny meticulously prepares you for, not a temporary romance, but a profound bond that strengthens and elevates both individuals involved. And if reunion never happens, that too fulfills destiny's intricate purpose. Some connections exist specifically to break old, destructive patterns, to awaken deep self-respect, and to teach profound emotional depth. They are meaningful not because they last forever in a physical sense, but because they powerfully guide you toward the person you were always inherently meant to become. Their influence is lasting and deeply woven into your growth, your decisions, and the very fabric of your heart. Destined love is never about desperately needing or trying to complete another person. It is about consciously choosing one another freely and willingly from a profound place of inner fullness and self-acceptance. It teaches you to stop avoiding discomfort and to stop constantly seeking external approval. It rigorously demands deep self-reflection and immense emotional courage, pushing both individuals to confront their deepest shadows and to evolve beyond their previous limitations. Pain in this context is not a punishment, but rather a powerful tool, a catalyst for profound change. Through it, you learn what real love truly requires: patience, unwavering awareness, and the profound willingness to grow. Even when the path feels incredibly lonely or unclear, every separation, every challenge encountered, and every lesson learned is a crucial step toward ultimate alignment. Destiny reshapes you not for immediate ease or comfort, but for the kind of profound love that truly endures because it is built on clarity, continuous growth, and conscious intentional choice. Destined connections operate on a level that most people rarely fully understand. They are not about ease, comfort, or instant happiness. They exist to awaken dormant or hidden parts of yourself. When you meet someone who is truly destined to impact your life, it often feels as though a mirror is being held up directly to your inner self. The aspects of your personality that you have ignored, denied, or pushed aside are suddenly reflected back to you with striking clarity. This intense experience can feel deeply unsettling because it forces you to courageously face truths about yourself that you may have diligently avoided for years. You begin to recognize ingrained patterns in your behavior, the fears you have carried, and the subtle ways you have inadvertently restricted your ability to love fully and openly. The pain of separation within these profound connections is unlike ordinary heartbreak. It cuts significantly deeper, not because the other person is inherently wrong, but because they are actively activating your essential growth. They powerfully reveal the areas where deep healing is required, the healthy boundaries that absolutely must be set, and the self-respect that must be reclaimed and cherished. Every longing, every ache, and every memory becomes a profound lesson in transformation, guiding you relentlessly toward the complete and authentic person you are truly meant to become. During this period of distance and introspection, life teaches you invaluable lessons in patience, resilience, and heightened awareness. You begin to observe yourself without distraction, learning to deeply understand your own needs and desires without projecting them onto others. Situations that once felt acceptable or even normal suddenly feel profoundly out of alignment with your deepest truth. People you once pursued no longer hold your interest, and attention without genuine substance loses its appeal entirely. Your heart begins to instinctively seek authenticity, true presence, and unwavering emotional honesty. Even when you do not consciously link this profound inner change directly to the other person, the transformation continues to unfold and deepen. The impact of a destined connection is subtle yet incredibly powerful, fundamentally shaping your perspective, your emotional responses, and your entire understanding of love. This is precisely why destiny does not rush reunion. The connection simply cannot continue in a healthy, sustainable way until both individuals are genuinely prepared to engage fully, consciously, and without fear or hesitation. Only then does true alignment occur, whether through a joyful reunion or through a new direction in life that continues the vital work of growth and self-discovery. Destiny is both exact and infinitely patient. It first meticulously removes illusion, carefully breaking down beliefs that distort our understanding of true love. Ideas such as love should never be painful, affection must be earned, or another person is needed to feel complete are gradually and systematically dismantled. Facing these deeply ingrained beliefs can be incredibly difficult and uncomfortable, but it is absolutely essential for genuine progress. Only when both individuals can truly choose one another freely, from a place of wholeness and completeness rather than from a place of desperate need or insecurity, can a true, authentic connection genuinely thrive and flourish. Love at its highest and most evolved level is not about mere survival. It is about conscious, intentional choice. When this delicate balance is finally reached, paths may merge again, now shaped by profound clarity, mature understanding, and shared growth. And even if a reunion never happens, the profound purpose of the connection is still ultimately fulfilled. Every lesson learned, every loss experienced, and every quiet reflection serves as invaluable preparation, ensuring that each person moves significantly closer to realizing their highest potential and becoming their most authentic self. Destined love profoundly reshapes how you approach all your relationships, how you live your life, and how you perceive yourself. It teaches essential emotional responsibility, unwavering courage, and the paramount importance of authenticity. It compels you to stop hiding from your fears and to stop constantly seeking validation outside of yourself. Dependency and superficial desires gracefully fall away, creating sacred space for intentional, conscious love to bloom. When a reunion does occur, it is characterized by calm, grounded presence and unwavering honesty. When it does not, the connection still powerfully guides your journey, directing you toward deeper growth, profound self-awareness, and the magnificent life you were always meant to live. Every moment of confusion, every tear shed, and every longing felt has a sacred purpose. Destiny ensures that no connection in your life is ever wasted. It may feel harsh and challenging before it feels kind and supportive, but its ultimate outcomes are deep, lasting, and truly transformative. Destined connections stand distinctly apart from all others because they are not defined by convenience, fleeting comfort, or immediate gratification. They exist on a far deeper level, reaching into the very core of who you are and relentlessly pushing you toward profound personal growth and evolution. From the very moment these connections enter your life, they function as powerful catalysts for self-awareness, compelling you to courageously face parts of yourself that you may have consciously or unconsciously ignored for a very long time. This process is never comfortable or easy. The universe separates you from them again and again, not as a form of punishment or cruelty, but as a necessary and precise preparation for what is to come. What you feel in their absence is not simply missing another person. It is the profound realization that something fundamental within you remains unfinished, unsettled, or unhealed. This is precisely why the pain of separation in these connections feels so different. It deeply disrupts your sense of stability, profoundly unsettles your emotions, and demands a depth of self-examination that typical conventional relationships rarely require. During these essential periods of separation, deep change quietly begins to take place within you. Your entire understanding of love, attachment, and your personal limits starts to subtly yet powerfully shift. Qualities you once accepted or simply overlooked in relationships begin to feel fundamentally misaligned with the evolving higher version of who you are becoming. You no longer pursue connections that cannot meet you at this higher level of awareness and authenticity. Instead, you begin to deeply value authenticity, profound depth, and unwavering emotional honesty over superficial approval or validation. Moments of quiet reflection, serene evenings spent alone, or dedicated time spent in solitude become invaluable opportunities to absorb and consciously apply the profound lessons this destined connection has brought into your life. This internal growth may not always be immediately visible from the outside, but it is undeniably significant and transformative. It is a gradual, intricate shaping of your heart, your mindset, and your fundamental emotional foundation, meticulously preparing you to reconnect with greater clarity and a stronger sense of responsibility if a reunion is destined to occur. Destined love is not rooted in debilitating dependence. It is powerfully sustained by conscious, intentional choice. A genuine, lasting connection truly forms when both individuals are whole, complete, and self-sufficient within themselves. When love transforms from a desperate need into a conscious desire. When ego releases its tight grip of control. And when the authentic inner self freely chooses to engage. The universe systematically removes all false beliefs, such as the idea that love must be earned or that wholeness depends entirely on another person. These limiting beliefs inherently distort real connection and must ultimately dissolve for true love to flourish. These lessons are undoubtedly challenging and at times deeply painful. Yet they are absolutely necessary for true growth. They develop immense emotional strength, cultivate profound self-respect, and foster the vital ability to love without fear, without unhealthy attachment, or without seeking external validation. This is precisely why destined love can feel incredibly harsh and demanding before it feels supportive and comforting. It prioritizes your long-term growth and ultimate well-being above short-term comfort or ease. It breaks deep-seated emotional patterns before allowing true expansion and freedom, ensuring that when love is offered again, it is given with profound awareness, genuine depth, and unwavering integrity. When the destined connection does eventually return, it is unmistakable and undeniable. There is no manipulation, no insecurity, and no desperate pursuit. The bond feels inherently stable, beautifully balanced, and deeply intentional. Both individuals have undergone significant internal transformation, becoming truly capable of both giving and receiving love in a healthy, sustainable, and authentic way. And even if a physical reunion never takes place, the profound meaning and impact of the connection remain intact and powerful. It has fulfilled its higher purpose to trigger deep growth, awaken self-worth, break inherited cycles, and guide your life toward its highest, most aligned direction. Every moment of pain, every instance of confusion, and every period of quiet reflection has served that vital purpose. Destiny ensures that no connection exists without profound meaning or purpose. Every experience, no matter how challenging, guides you toward greater completeness and meticulously prepares you for the love or the crucial lessons you were always meant to receive. Certain connections are uniquely meant to teach lessons that extend far beyond mere romance or companionship. They reveal who you truly are at your deepest, most authentic level. They push you relentlessly to face your fears, to break free from your repeated destructive behaviors, and to dismantle the false beliefs that have kept you stuck in cycles of longing or unsatisfying relationships. When the universe wisely places distance between two people who are meant to learn from one another, it is never done out of cruelty or indifference, but always out of a profound higher purpose. That sacred space allows each individual to grow independently, to heal deep wounds that could otherwise severely damage the connection, and to build the essential emotional maturity and resilience needed to sustain such a profound bond. This intricate process is rarely easy or comfortable. It can often feel as though the heart is being stretched to its limits, intensely challenged, or even completely broken. Yet every ache, every pang of longing, and every moment of confusion is irrefutable evidence that profound growth is actively taking place within you. The separation is meticulously shaping you, strengthening your inherent capacity to love, and preparing you to fully and consciously engage when the timing is genuinely right. In the end, this is the truth that so many overlook. Destiny does not owe you comfort, and it does not promise ease. What it promises, instead, is meaning. Every person who has ever unsettled you, every connection that ever pulled you apart before it seemed to make sense, every silence that ever felt unbearable, all of it was doing something quietly, patiently, beneath the surface of your awareness. It was carving away what no longer served you. It was making room for the version of you who could actually hold what was coming. So if you are in a season of waiting right now, if you are sitting with an ache you cannot quite explain, If someone crossed your path and then life pulled you in different directions before either of you understood why, trust that none of it was wasted. The growth is happening even when you cannot see it. The healing is happening even in the silence. And when the timing is finally right, when both hearts have done the necessary work, what returns to you or what arrives newly in its place will not need to be forced, chased, or convinced. It will simply, quietly, undeniably fit.